Cat got my throat. He just called me out, so I gotta stop what I'm doing. I'm too. Hold on, this fella right here, Mr. Sevan. You calling me out? Look at that big smile on his face. Um, Capture that. 235.51 on the 235. All right, so I'm enjoying this today. This is again. I'm trying to chew through this bison right here. How to exit the matrix. Innerstanding is 39,039K views streamed live on March 5th, 2022. And so my name is Val. Go ask Val. I am the value system. So he called me out, told me to come clean. So here I am. He's talking about the toroidal field, and Taurus is my ascending. Is my rising? No, it's my moon. Taurus is my moon. Cancer is my rising. You was talking about something above the Taurus, and that's my ascension sign, which is Cancer. I'm a number 9. I'm a B9 Cancer. Cancer with a soft C is to see the answer. The codex, the cipher. You right there. You right. You are. I mean, you're there. You're doing it. You got me up. I did a parallel of the beginning of yours, and it was around when you first got to the board. I think it was 52:45 is the timestamp on the same video here. And again, thank you for coming to YouTube to do this, because I'm not out and about. Again, I'm the Taurus. I'm in the middle. So the middle, you mentioned 5. What we're talking about is the 8 tones, the 8 major tones on a piano scale. We're talking field harmonics. We're talking vibration, resonance, what it sounds like, what it looks like, audio, visual. Talked about people trying to get us to a place of the great divide, again, 50-50, and yet we have this vein through the cosmos, through the system, the equator, the equalizer as well. And so 2020 instead of 50-50 is what helps us to have a perfect vision about humanity and returning to mother, not the mother, not a mother, returning to mother, moth to the flame, a mother. So butterfly effect, a moth with sarcasm. Sorry, I would be. There's dark humor in the toroidal field. If there's darkness, there's darkness. If there's humor, there's humor. So when those two come together, then, that's what you have. So thankfully, for someone that bears the codes, I was able to get through it without bitterness and resentment and stuff like that. But again, my children, my everything about me is totally aligned. And I can prove it through date of birth and things of that nature. Again, I don't mind sharing any of that stuff on public television, honestly, because as you mentioned, once you're in the middle, you 0.0, you are the bull's eye. Everything else is just oozing out, So I'll give you my phone number, 314, show me state. That's the pi formula, 314-4, being the 4 squares, SEWN, the news, sown, which you reap, you sow, 314-498-8208. Those 2 8s on the end is, again, the piano. The 20 in the middle is redemption. So, again, which is the age where right before you go into official adulthood. So it doesn't matter if they brought Hebrew and English, or whatever, Hebrew and German together and made English. It doesn't matter if they took Latin and Greek, and made a baby. It's undeniable. It is foolproof. again, the circle, the whole, and the phallus, the one, the stick, the five. This becomes one. This becomes none, or this becomes none. And so you talked about when the symphony starts, and you have the conductor, and he has his baton you used, and I used the word in my head. Excuse me, burping here, bubblies. I use the word wand. And so those that go to the board and orchestrate, illustrate, draw out of themselves. As you mentioned, you cannot ask for one thing without understanding the counterbalance. And this is Algebra 101. This is Abracadabra 101. To know that what you have is inside of you versus outside of you. And so what is within is also on the outside. So we understand, but we also now we outward stand. We've understood enough. Thankfully, we were standing when we were under. Fall for something if you don't stand for something, or fall for anything, they say. But anyway, we're done being ignorant. We're done being, and I say we, that's the vibration we're giving. We're finished. We've completed the cycles. And oh gosh, you mentioned the scythe, the seed, the sickle, the reaper, the tool of the grimy, of the grim. There is a way to shortcut the system, circuit the system, and I have that way, and it's in the blood. So again, it's not deniable. It's immutable in that sense, and no need to change it when we understand that the change again comes from the inside, turning on DNA, turning off DNA, illuminating the entire sphere. Not to fear the sphere. The S is the $, which is the snake, and that. And so when we have our right mind and right body, or the O and the, we got the tools, the two sides. Hello, wind. Then we produce when we got piston into shaft or any other mechanism. So again, it's all over. In information, it's plain to see when we start at point zero. Again, there's a point here. We have centers, chakra centers, and energy centers everywhere. But to help people pinpoint the beginning of their own self-knowledge, again, go back to the mother, and that comes from the center of the navel chakra, the sacred chakra or chakra, the church, the spinning wheels, symbolic of ovaries, symbolic of pancreas, spleen, all the other glands, the G-land, the God lands, where God, which is energy, is turned. So you have toroidal fields everywhere. Okay. So, even there, that's what they would say when somebody started talking truth and they didn't understand it. She's crazy or whatever. He's crazy. And then screwball, So anyway, okay, that's enough because I have shortage on time and storage. I will upload this on YouTube. Again, this is my second rebuttal on how to exit the matrix. And this is highlighting around timestamp 2 hours and around, say, 2:30. That's when he really went in, So, hi.